Hello and welcome to Brochet channel. Today we're going to start with the slip knot. So here we have a size 4 worsted weight yarn. Okay, so first we'll take a little bit and we will pull it, take our index finger and hook it just like so. Alright, so you just have a little bit like this, and then you'll take it and just make a little X. And then you stick your thumb and index finger in like so. And so the one that's going over the top is the one you're going to be grabbing. So you'll reach under the string and grab that, and then just kind of loosely hold this so it doesn't slip out of your hand though, and pull to get that slip knot right there. Okay, awesome. And then we can adjust it by pulling the string. And what we do is then we grab our crochet hook, which we're going to be using a size J hook, and so we'll take that, hold it like, kind of like put your hand in, slide that needle over, yarn through, and then snug that up to that needle. Alright, then you're ready for a chain, which will be in the next video. See you there. So now that we have the slip knot here, we are going to then do a chain, and we're going to do a chain 11. So how you count those is that first you start with doing a yarn over, which is bringing the yarn over the hook, and then I take my fingers and I pinch the knot and go through and then push my needle forward, so that way I'm sizing my next loop up with the gauge of my hook. And then so that's 1, and then we yarn over again and we'll go through, and that's 2, and then we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Awesome. Now you'll see the difference here. We've got the double loops on one side, and then on the other side it looks like a chain pattern with a single strand going inside each one. And those single strands are going to be what we're going to be attaching our stitch to, each one of these, all the way down. See you in the next video. Alright, now that we have our chain, we're going to be doing the single crochet. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and skip one and then work our next 10 stitches in the next 10 chains. So that's why we did chain 11. So therefore we have one chain that will give us that space so it doesn't crush the next stitch down into the stitch. It gives us that little wiggle room. So what we will do then is go ahead and that single one that goes into each stitch that I was telling you about, as you can see how it looks like the chain effect. This goes into the center, each one. Those are going to be the stitches that we use all the way down. So therefore on the other side it looks like we're going to have a nice proper end, and it just looks a lot better instead of just sticking your hook through the chain any way you want. It gives it a little uniform. So then we're going to go ahead and yarn over, and then we're going to go ahead and pull through just that loop, and then you have 2 loops on there, and then you're going to yarn over again, and then you're going to pull through 2 more, so you have 1 as you're pushing through to gauge your loop each time. And I give it a little tug just to kind of snug your stitch down. Okay, so there's 1, and then we're going to go ahead and do 9 more in each one of these sections.
Two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8. Come on. 9, 10.
Boom. Alright, so now that we have our starting point here with the 10 single crochets, let me go ahead and show you. Here, I can pull this up a little bit, right? And that way it doesn't fall out on me. So there's our chain, or maybe there's our chain, and there's the top of our single crochets. So they look identical. It's because we started our chain inside those single points instead of just going through the side and hooking 2 of them. Typically that's what happens. But this way it just makes it a little more uniform, I believe. So now this will be the starting point, and in the next video we'll be doing the double crochet. Okay, so we're gonna take our start of our swatch here, and it's we're gonna do a yarn over and chain 1, yarn over and chain 2. All right, and before we're gonna go ahead and flip this around and let this just dangle to the side. We can darn this in later. We'll have a darning needle for that, separate video. And so to start a double crochet, we're going to yarn over, and in our first stitch here we're going to insert our hook through, and notice that we're going through, we'll have 2 strings on the top, and yarn over and pull a loop through and gauge it up, snugging it to your needle, or I mean your hook, and then you'll yarn over again and you'll go through 2, pushing it through to gauge once again, and yarn over, and I'm gripping with my fingers here and pull through 2 more and give it a little tug, and that is a double crochet. And so we'll continue this down all the way through each stitch until we'll have 10 more. There'll be 10 double crochets down. Alright, here we go. There's 2. 3. 4. 5. Yarn over through the stitch, yarn over, pull the loop through, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, and a little snug. Okay, yarn over again, next, next, next. Okay. Okay. Okay, last one. So, notice I stopped counting. So, let's see how many we have. We have the chain, 2. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. But we can also look up here and see each little space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the chain down. Right? just in case you lose count, you can always go back like that. So that is the double crochet, and next will be the half double crochet. See you in the next video. Alright, so today we're going to do the half double crochet. So you start with a yarn over, chain 1, yarn over, chain 2 is what they say typically for your average crochet for the half double. However, in Brochet, we're going to take one loop out and we're only going to do a chain 1 for the half double. Okay, so we'll go ahead and turn the piecework, or the work piece, and then you're going to yarn over, and what you're going to do is then go in your first stitch here, yarn over again, pull loop through. You have 3 on the hook now. And so for a double, we would typically go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. But a half double, we yarn over and we go through all 3. And snug it down a little bit, I like to do. And so then yarn over, go through the next stitch, and we're going to do that so we have 10 half double crochets. Alright. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, getting a little wild, 7, 8, 9, get some more yarn here, and 10. Alright, so notice the pattern, the texture there. Pretty neat, huh? And you can change all sorts of stitches to be able to create all sorts of unique textures. So what's cool about the half double is that when you flip it on the other side, it's got this awesome like stitch that you'd normally see on the top. See, like that. It puts it on the side here for you. But then as you do your next stitch, you can either hit the back loop only and leave that nice little arrow inside, or when you do take the normal stitch and go through 2, it leaves a line within your piece of material or whatever work piece that you're producing. So that is the half double crochet. Alright, so now we are going to today do the slip stitch. And so what we're going to do is instead of going through our stitch and yarning over and whatnot, we are going to take our loop and immediately go into the stitch in front of it and through our work piece, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through, and then pull through again. Alright, that is a slip stitch, and here we're going to do it a couple more times. So once again, got our loop gauged in our needle and our hook, and we're going to go to the stitch in front and yarn over, through the work piece and through the loop, just like so. And let's go ahead, and we got it gauged. We're going to do it again, through the work piece, through the loop. Gauge our needle, our hook, do that all the time, through the work piece, yarn over, come through, and what we're doing is we're creating that pattern that I was telling you about with the half double, but we can put it anywhere, and then also it's a way to work across the piece if you need to while putting in a unique design. So we can go ahead and do this all the way across 10 more times. Okay. The last one's here. All right. So now we have our slip stitch, and you can count those as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I missed one somewhere. So we should have put one in over here. But the cool thing about crochet is you just pull it out to the stitch that you messed up on, and you make sure you get that loop back, and then you re-gauge it, snug it to the needle that you're using. There it is. Example of slip stitching and correcting your mistake.